Got it. It's going live. Right on. All right. So, good morning. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday, June 19th, July. Oh my gosh, I almost said January. It's a J month. I think I covered all of them. So find yourself lying down after you've gotten your props. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out as we go. I'll just kind of feel where we need to go. So find yourself lying down and get comfortable. I'm going to have a little sip of something and you keep going. So once you're on your back, keep your knees bent with the feet on the ground and just rock the hips a wee bit back and forth, arching the back, flattening the back. Arms are by your sides. Is that you, Bingy?
Yeah.
Like? And then make slower, smaller movements with the hips until you come into a neutral. Kind of what feels just right. And then straighten your legs. Let the tip of the tongue come behind the top front teeth, letting the jaw relax. And starting with your head, right, the back of your head, and the back of the arms and the hands, become aware and feel the contact of the body with your mat. Just make a point to know those connection spots. And once you've felt where your body is connected or touching the earth, let those points really relax. Don't control holding them, let them be held. And then become aware of where your breath is in your body as you inhale and exhale. Is it in your chest? Is it in your ribs? Is it belly? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it fast? Is it slow? It doesn't matter. Just kind of check it out and see what it feels like. But if you'd like to, start to deepen your breath. And by deepening, I mean long inhales and feel the belly rise first. Okay, so feel free to put both hands actually on your belly. And feel the belly rise and fall. So both hands on the belly, rise and fall. It's almost as if as you inhale, you're blowing up a balloon and your hand starts to be pressed firmer and firmer by the expansion of the balloon. Your hands separate slightly, lift, and then as you exhale, they relax. Fingertips may be touching again. Palms softening. So stay connected if it feels right. I think it's kind of cool. With your hands as you inhale and exhale and as they move with your breath. Kind of like a surfer riding the waves. Or a sea otter. So ride your breath. Couple more rides on that wave. Then releasing the hands. Place your feet on the floor and roll over to whatever side feels good, and then come to standing at the front of your mat. So we're going to play a little bit with our feet today. Excuse me. And in doing so, I want you to really going to feel how this is our root, our base. And in every pose, it is your feet that starts the shape, that starts the sensation of lifting up. So take a look, just standing comfortably. Take a few steps, don't think much about it. And then just stand, not adjusting anything. If you want to, close your eyes. And then come to the sensation of your feet on the mat. And then as you feel your feet on the mat, just think about what parts of your feet are your arches on the mat. Do you have more weight in the front of your foot or the back of your foot? Can you feel your heels? Is one leg supporting more weight than the other? And then as you become aware of that, still not efforting, I want you to scan up to your hips, your pelvis, and is it engaged? Don't change anything. Is it soft? Is your belly soft? Is your pelvis tilted? Are you dumping? Just kind of like, ugh. Right? And then hanging out here for a few breaths. And then scanning up a little higher into the shoulders and the chest. What's going on there? Do you feel engaged anywhere? Is your belly engaged? Are your shoulders slumping? Is your head forward or back? So stay here for just a few breaths. Excuse me, I have an itch. Feel free to close your eyes. And if you want to take a few steps again, get the feet to relax and start scanning just to feel what your body feels like. What is the shape of you right now in total ease as you stand? Stay here for about another breath. Okay, and then without changing anything, I want you to take a deep breath, first expanding the belly, then the ribs, and then try to draw the breath as deep as you can, drawing it all the way up to the collarbone, thinking 360-degree breath. And how deep can you have your breath? Where do you feel the breath? Does it get stuck? Does it feel good? So do a couple of those breaths. Still not changing anything, just deep breaths. Okay, from here, now take a few steps. First, starting looking down at your feet. Line up the feet so that they are hip width. And when I say hip width, I mean hip bones. I want you to think pelvic structure, not how you perceive, but how you're built. And are your toes in line with your heels? So toes forward, heels lined up. And then continuing to look down at your feet. And then lift the toes, all 5 on each toe or foot off the ground and spread them. So the balls of my feet are still on the floor. And then with the feet, toes still lifting, rock gently forward, not too far, because don't go ahead of a teacup. And then rock a little bit back. And feel how your weight shifts, toes still lifted, in the feet. Where they go back on the heels, how much, right? And then start to shift so that that weight in the heels and in the balls of the feet become even. So slowing down. Okay. Now, toes still lifted, press into the mound of the big toe and the little toe. So wide. And then press evenly through the heel. Drop the toes down to the earth. Big toe presses, little toe mounds, right? Mounds of the big toe, little toe, and the heel. So you've got a tripod. And then press into the feet and feel the feet press evenly into the earth. So not one leg is weighted versus the other. And as you press into the feet, feel the top of the head reach for the sky. And bring your arms by your sides, palms facing forward. Press the feet, don't lock out the knees. And then lift up the pubic bone. Now, staying in this shape, close your eyes if you can. And feel the parts of the feet that are on the earth. Do they feel different? Scan up the legs to the pelvis and the belly. Has that changed? Reconnect with the earth if you need to. Mound of the big toe, little toe, heel. Lengthen, right? Now feel what the shoulder girdle feels like. Is it rounded? Are your shoulders back? And then finally, take those deep breaths. Is the breath deeper, fuller? Is it different? So my experience is when I press into my feet in those 3 points and lift up, I feel my core having a girdle, like I'm not dumping anymore, and my ribs are broad, my chest is broad, and when I breathe, I feel like I can get a fuller, deeper breath. If you don't feel that, that's okay. We're experimenting and we're playing. But this is where your feet come into play in yoga, is that they fire everything up. They are your connection to lift up and expand. So we're going to play with this connection to lift up and expand throughout class. So still at the front of your mat, take a few steps if your feet are tired. And then find those 3 points into the earth, lifting the toes first, mound of the big toe, little toe, heel. Dropping the toes, lengthening. Inhale, arms are going to reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reestablish your feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. One more time, reestablishing the feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, now feet still strong. Bend the knees, roll down one vertebra at a time. Just because you're bending down doesn't mean you disconnect. Still firm in the feet. Take a look at your feet. Coming into a forward fold. Hands can be in opposite elbow creases. Now, I don't care if your legs are long here. What I want you to think about is your feet. So press into the mound of the big toe, little toe, heel, right? And almost like you want to jump. So you're feeling energy, right? And then let the head hang, still engaging into the feet. Top of the head reaches for the earth. Stay here. Couple more breaths. Release the arms. Inhale, come halfway up, press into the feet. So those feet, again, help you lift up through the girdle, through the belly. Exhale, fold, palm the floor. Inhale, step back to a plank. Exhale, down dog. In your down dog, first make sure your fingertips are spread wide. Middle finger faces the front of the mat. You're pressing into the webbing between the index finger and thumb. Take a look at your feet. Some of us cannot drop our heels all the way down, and that's totally cool. If you can, I'm not really sure what that feels like. Yeah, I want you to think about those 3 points. If you cannot, that is A-okay. Stay on the mounds of the toes and feel the heels drop down. Press into those feet. Feel the hip creases reach back and pause. And now release, relax. So I notice when I release through the legs, I go into my shoulder girdle, and that's a lot on my shoulder girdle. So I want you to, again, press into the legs, drop the heels, and feel yourself energized, lifting through the thighs. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, your right leg's going to step in a low lunge. And I want you to, again, take a look at the right foot. Lift the toes off the ground. Press into the mound of the big toe, little toe, and the heel. And then really fire up that back leg. So notice as you press, you're really creating a little more strength. So now actually come into a 3-legged dog. Shake that right leg out. And then just step without thinking into that low lunge and come into it. So when I do this, I feel like I've disconnected through my core and through my spine. So again, lift the toes, press into the mound of the big toe, heel, right? Feel that length and that power you've created through this leg. And then fire up that back thigh, like someone's going to come sit on it as you press the heel back. Stay here. Really feel connected through those legs. Exhale, release, 3-legged dog. Same thing on the opposite side. On an inhale, left leg prepares it. As you exhale, left leg, low lunge. And again, we're just going to come into it again. Lift the toes, big toe, heel, mounds, or big toe, little toe, and heel. Press in. Feel yourself tall. So play with it here. Long spine. And then palm the floor, 3-legged dog. Just shake that right leg out a little bit. And inhale, just step into that low lunge. Don't do anything, just step into it. Feel your lower back. Where's the belly? What's your back leg doing? Now lift the toes of that left foot, press into the mounds and the heel, like you're about to jump, right? And notice how that leg changes. Pull the belly button in, lengthen, and then press through that back heel. So now all of a sudden, if I came up to you and tried to push you, you're strong. You've got this effort, right? But it's not so much that it's all you're doing is efforting. So through your feet, you find effort and ease. 2 more breaths. What the heck? Nice. Palming the floor. Inhale to your plank and exhale down dog or flow. Pause. On an inhale, bend both knees. Prepare. Exhale, front of your mat. Forward fold. Press into those mounds and inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up. Press, 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 press. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Press into the feet. Exhale, roll down. Now that we can see our feet again, align the feet, press into the mounds. Inhale, halfway up. Feel the strength and the power. Exhale, fold. Step to your down dog. Inhale, your right leg prepares. Exhale, right leg low lunge and root this left foot. And by rooting the left foot, I want you to think about coming to the outside of the left foot, just pressing into it so that you can lift the arch when you come into Virabhadrasana 1. So come into the feet, just the structure of it. Take a look, is that back foot slightly, is the heel slightly kicked out, right? About a 45-degree angle. And then relax that back foot. And notice how everything just kind of collapses. As you press into the outside of the back foot, your whole leg fires. And then spiraling forward, press into the mound of that big toe, little toe heel of that front leg. So back foot, outside, front foot, 3 points, inhale, arms up. So all I'm thinking about right now is just the structure of the feet. And keep connected with the feet. Feel the strength as it lifts you up. One more good breath, don't lose it. Exhale, hands down, step to your down dog. I'm straightening my man. There we go. Inhale, your left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg low lunge. Come on up, hands on the hips. So we're going to get ready for that Virabhadrasana 1 again, but just come into it, right? And take a look at that back foot. Make sure that heel is kicked out. And then you can feel that arch collapse. So press into the outside of that foot, almost like you're up against a wall and you're pressing into it, and it lifts that and gets this whole outer line of the leg firing. Try to square the hips at the same time you're pressing. Okay, and then find the front leg, big toe, little toe, heel, right? Arms up. So there's a lot going on that we don't even think about. But now we're going to think about them today. So stay here, experience. Don't go anywhere. Lift the toes if you want to, and that front toe to reestablish that connection, only if you need to. On an exhale, hands down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, flow or down dog. Nice, nice, nice. Inhale, your right leg is going to prepare, and as you exhale, your right leg's going to step in that low lunge. In this low lunge, right, establish that knee and ankle, and the toes are aligned, right, with the heels. And if you want to, walk this right foot towards the center of your mat. Root the left foot, and then come into Vira 2 legs. So by walking that foot in, it made it easier to line up the heel and the arch. So straighten your legs, wiggle your toes, and then just bend, right? And feel what your pelvis is doing without connecting to the feet. Your pelvis is just kind of there, right? And I'm anteriorly tipped, and my knees kind of coming forward. I'm a mess. So lift the toes of that right foot, press into the mounds and the heel. Press to the outside of that right foot. And then feel yourself grow tall, right? Lifting through the pubic bone, you're no longer dumping. You're now this solid structure. And because you're pressing through the ground and using the earth to rebound you, you've got ease in the effort. Try some of those deep breaths. See where you feel it. Stay here. Good boy, yes. One more breath. Don't lose your feet. Stay with the breath. Perfect. On your exhale, your hands come down, come to your down dog. I'm getting a sip of something. On your next inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg low lunge. And remember, you can walk this foot in. We're going to come to the Vera 2. Root that right foot, and then just come into it, right? So here I am, dumping. So what are you feeling in your body? If you want to, close your eyes. Don't change anything yet. Do you feel length in any muscles? What is it that you are feeling? Now, reestablishing, kick that right heel out a bit if you want to, and then press into the outside of that right foot. Now you've created this beautiful arch in the back foot, great for foot health. Then lift the toes of the front foot. Press into them. So now you're pressing and then start to lengthen up through that spine. Arms can come out. So you're really feeling the earth rebound through you, and then come back to the sensations in the legs. What do you feel? The sensations in the pelvis. Stay inside, experience. Stay with the feet. Exhale, hands down. Roll into the ball of the foot. Inhale, step to plank. Go through your flow. And pause. On an inhale, your right leg prepares. Exhale, right leg low lunge. Walk yourself to the center of the mat. So here you are in a bit of a squat, right? And press to the outside of the feet. And then straighten yourself up. So pause for a moment, align the feet so that the toes line up, heels line up. So you're said and done without your glasses on. And then nice and relaxed, press into the outside of the feet. And then release them. Take a look at your arches and your feet. And what does the inside of your feet look like? And then press. And then lift the thighs, lengthen through the spine. So now you feel this nice connection, and then either roll or hinge at the hip. Bring your fingertips to the earth. Press into the feet. So now hit the mound of the index, the big toe, little toe, and the heel. Nice. And feel that stretch as you fire up and lift through the feet. Stay here. Keep those thighs lifting if you can. Lift the kneecaps. A few more breaths. Stay with the feet. Stay strong. Nice. Inhale, lift the chest with the fingertip, or through lifting the fingertips. Whatever. Walk your hands to the front of the right leg. Exhale, down dog. You can be laughed at by a child. Pause. Inhale now, your left leg prepares, right? Exhale, low lunge. When you're ready, inhale, center of the mat. And without doing much, just come up. Let the feet just relax. Without pressing anything, start to scan the body. What do you feel? Are you engaged in your lower back, in your core? Okay. And then don't hinge. If you're not engaged, right? So we're not going to engage this time. I just want you to come into a forward fold. What do you feel? So don't even worry about your legs. I'm not pressing. I don't want you to press into your feet. I just want you to feel this fold. Okay. What are you feeling with your legs straight? And now come back to pressing into the outside of the foot. Press into the mounds of the big toe and the heel. And lift the quads. And pause. Two more breaths. Yeah, inhale, come halfway up. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Exhale, pause. Inhale is your plank. Go through your floor down dog. On an inhale, bend both knees. Prepare. Exhale, front of your mat, your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Walk your feet together. Exhale, bend the knees, come into a seated, almost like you're going to sit, right? And then lift yourself up into your Utkatasana. In your Utkatasana, find the feet, squeeze the thighs together, lift the toes. Press into the mounds of the big toe, little toe, heel, right? And all of a sudden, power. Two more breaths. Sit back. One more breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, floor down dog. Inhale, right leg prepares. Exhale, right leg low lunge. And then lift your arms up to the ground and let yourself hover your chest over the thigh. Arms reach out to a really long lever. Pressing them out of that index or the big toe, little toe heel and feel that back leg strong. Pause here. Press. Feel the power. Now exhale, release. Whew. Not a lot of power, right? Hard to balance. Find the legs again. Find the feet. Take this left elbow and hook it to the outside of the right thigh. And then find length, rotate, and come into your prayer. Okay? Stay with the feet. Inhale's length, exhale, rotate, but you really got to stay with the feet. Put your hands back down and exhale, three-legged dog. Just release that right foot for just a couple of breaths. So not thinking about it, inhale, right leg prepares, exhale, low lunge. Without powering up the feet, just reach the arms. And then come into your twist. Is it harder or easier? Take a deep breath. Can you get that breath all the way up to the tip of your head? Now, power up those feet that you know, like lifting the toes. Rotate and then breathe. Nice. Exhale, hands down. Down dog and pause. Inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg, low lunge. Fire up the feet. So mount the big toe, little toe, heel. Back leg strong and then long lever. Reach the arms, lift the chest. So here we are. Then take this right elbow, hook it and rotate. Feel that strength in the feet, through the feet up to the legs. Nice and steady. Okay, now let's come back down and come to that three-legged dog. Shake it. Relax for a few breaths. Okay, this time we're not going to effort, right? So we're going to have too much ease. All right, so inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg, just step it and reach. Right elbow hooks, twist. Now, big breath. What does that breath feel like? Take a couple more. Does it get stuck anywhere? And then lift those front toes, press into the mound of the index or the big toe, little toe mounds, heel. Lift the back thigh. And then deep breaths. Can you go deeper? If you can't, that's okay. I'm playing with it. See where it goes for you. But really get into the feet. Lift up through the pelvis. One more really yummy deep. See where it goes breath. Exhale, hands down. Inhale to your plank. Lower down dog. Good. Pause. Get some water if you need it. We're doing good on time. So come into child's pose for just a few breaths, especially if your legs are tired, and just pause. I'm drinking things. A little coffee, a little water. Your stuff is over there. Ignore the child.
Don't call me a child.
Ignore the young lady. Better?
Sure. Where headphones over here?
I don't know.
I don't see them.
You're going to go through and look. All right. Come into a tabletop. Right, wrists
Coming through again.
under the shoulders, then walk your hands half a hand length in front of you. Come into that down dog. From here, inhale, bend both knees, prepare, exhale, front of your mat, forward fold. Right, and I want you just to roll yourself up. As you roll yourself up tall, walk your feet together. Sit back on the heels as you lift the toes and sit. Right? And really press into those 3 points now. Toes. This left elbow is going to hook over the right thigh. Squeeze the thighs together and really feel that power. Make sure that the knees are lined up. Press into the feet, lengthen the spine, and then twist. Come back to the feet. Feel the feet connect with the earth. Stay here. Root through the feet, let them drop into the ground, and then press up out. Couple more breaths. One more breath. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Bending the knees gently, inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Shake the legs out, or do the other side. Walk the feet together. Lift the toes, press into those mounds and the heels, and then start to sit back, right? Nice. Press into the feet, arms reach up. Take that right elbow, hook it onto the left thigh. Before you go anywhere, do your knees line up. Squeeze the thighs together. Draw that right hip back if you find the right knee coming forward. Okay? So your hips are going to dictate knee. Squeeze, rotate. And then find those feet, the power in the feet. So there's an effort in that ease, the sukha and sthira. Sthira being the effort. Sit back and press into the feet. A few more breaths. Squeeze the thighs. Woohoo! Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. One last flow or down dog. Come way up on your toes. Bend the knees, coming into your child's pose. And pausing. Deep, easy breaths. Give yourself a few breaths here, and then you're going to lie down on your back. Take your time. Okay, so on your back, we're going to play with bridge and the way it feels in your feet. So, lying down, feet are going to be on the floor, and I want the feet hip width apart and the ankles underneath the knees the best you can. Place your fingers or your hands on your hips, and notice how your pubic bone is nice and neutral and your hips are neutral. They're not tipping forward or back. So, lift your toes and then press into those 3 points on each foot. Feel your core fire up in your glutes and then come into your pelvic bridge, right? Pressing into the mound, big toe, little toe, and the heel. And then feel where you feel this in your back body as you think about the thighs growing long. Roll yourself down. Now come up onto the balls of your feet, heels off the ground. So heels off, you're on the balls of your feet. Find that neutral in your spine, right? And then push up. Feel the thighs grow long. Where do you feel this in your body, and is it different than before? Does it hit lower or higher in your backside? By sensation, that's what I mean. Stay here. Okay, now roll down. You know what's next, right? Come on your heels, lift your toes, right? And then come up. Scoop that tailbone. Is this different? Is it higher, lower, the same? Is it harder or easier? Stay here. And then roll down. Stay on your back. Pause. Bring the feet as wide as the mat. Bring the knees together, touching, and then pause right here. Come to lying on your left side. And lying on your left side, straighten your legs. You should be all in one line where the hips line up with both the shoulders and the knees. Your bottom arm is your left arm, and it's going to reach out like it's at 3 o'clock if it were a watch. And then bend this right knee, top knee, and take it over so you're coming into a twist. This left hand hooks underneath the right leg. Yes. Okay, so palms up. This right knee bends and this top left arm grabs the top of the foot. Palm on both hands are up. And I want you just to pull the belly button in and squeeze this right heel towards the bum. Left leg is this top leg, left leg is just along for the ride. Pull the belly button in. My intention is for you guys to feel this in the top of the right thigh. Stay here. Pull that belly button in. Lift up through the pubic bone. Take the heel towards the bum. Get a really nice stretch going. One more good breath. Gently release. Lying back on your back. Take both knees together, feet as wide as your mat. Stay here for 4 breaths. Wonderful. Straighten your legs again. And you're going to come over to that opposite side. So now you're lying on your right side. Nice lined up. Right arm is out in front of you. Top left leg bends. Right arm reaches under and grabs the thigh. Left hand grabs the right leg as it bends. Back, heel, right heel towards the bum. And then stretch. Take that belly button in, lift through the pubic bone. Keep feeling that stretch in the front of the bottom thigh. A few more breaths, please. Gently release that right foot and roll onto your belly. Okay, in your belly, you can use a strap if you want to stretch the thigh that we're going to do. So I want you to take your right hand, bend it, and let your forehead rest in your right hand or on the top of the hand. Bend the left leg. Press the hips into the floor. Let that left hand pull the left heel to the glute. Press the hips in the ground. Gently. Gently release. Switch sides. Let that left hand be your pillow. Right leg bends. Reach around, grab the top of that right foot, and take the heel to the bum. Press the hips in the ground, getting rid of any arch in that lower back. Slowly release. Roll onto your back. Take this right ankle onto the left thigh, and then take your right hand and just kind of press the right thigh away from you. Roll yourself up and interlace your hands behind the thigh, and then come back into your figure 4. If you're somebody who likes to use a wall, feel free to take that left leg onto a wall. Right ankle is still on the left thigh. And just pause. Keep that entire back on the floor, so don't roll up. Nice, flat neutral spine and pelvis. One more good breath here. And then release. Taking the left ankle onto the right thigh, left hand gently presses the thigh away. Roll yourself up, interlace your hands behind the thigh and lie back down. Feeling free again to use a wall. And stay here for a wee bit. Lie down. Lie down a little. Go night night. A few more breaths, keeping that spine neutral. And then gently release. From here, with your knees on the ground, feel free to open up your arms and take both knees over to your right. Let your head turn to the left. And then nice, easy twist. You're going to be here for about a minute. Four more breaths. And bring the knees back to center. And then on an exhale, take them over to the opposite direction. Head turns away from the knees. Bring the knees back to neutral, head in neutral. Feel free to do any other pose you want to. Otherwise, stretch the legs long and come into your Shavasana. You are welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. I would recommend at least 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you all for coming this morning. Have a wonderful Sunday. Namaste.